coffee came out early, so I'm starting early. I don't want to start with cold coffee, that would suck. Come on, Bror Fredrik. Pull up. Oh, Bror Fredrik. Got that stupid commercial. Stupid things. For stupid people. But it's a lot more of them than there are of us. 7 people? What the hell's going on? 7 people. Alright. Well, I'm going to commence coffee building procedures. I found this one. I'm a big fan of paracord bracelets. I have a specific black one that has a specific meaning. But I don't even know where I found this one. It just like appeared out of nowhere. Like if a gremlin put it in my jewelry box. Yes, I have a jewelry box. With cool shit in it. Alright, let's get some coffee activities in progress here. Haley's awesome. 2 milks. How are we doing on? I don't even know if I connected to the internet. My phone was on like 0. I forgot to charge it when I got home from the last live stream. So we're at like 45%, but that should be sufficient. Maria, and with the pregame 20 to go to parking activities. Thank you very much. Well, that actually covers coffee, so that's perfect. All right, let's get busy. Let's see who's here early. Oh, we got 36 people. We're moving up there. All right. Let's get some stirrage going on. Now, I'll tell everyone in advance, I might be getting a phone call that's quite important, and I might have to take, well, it's not I might have to take it. If it does come, I am going to take it, and you'll have to talk amongst yourselves. Just telling you in advance. Business comes first. The business of business comes first. Not that you guys come second, but you know what I'm saying. Alright, two milks is the joint. 10 banana ramen from Venus and Jim. I do appreciate that. Let me scroll down and like and heart and all that stuff. Let me see if I got chew gum and... What? Walk and chew gum at the same time? Is that the expression? Yeah. I'm stirring weird with this hand because I'm liking with the other hand. But I'm quite skilled with my hands. So, there we go. Let's get that going. Let's get that stir. Alright. Let's check it out. Let's do the pregame over here. Want to see it up close? See if it focuses. Nice. Town is still dead before you ask. It is friggin' beyond dead. Only person in the elevator. Only person waiting for the elevator from the parking garage. Yet again parked on the 2nd floor. A couple nights ago, was I seeing Chris, Nat, and Frank? No, Frank wasn't there. Chris and Nat. And let's see. I pulled into Mandalay Bay, got to the 2nd floor, the first public, and it said 796 parking spots available. Basically the whole thing. And the 2nd floor, because you could see it from there, said like 812. Completely and utterly freaking empty. Boy, everyone's name is back to normal. Did you notice that? Like I just saw Paramom. So hopefully we don't have to guess who each other's are. You don't have to guess who I am. Because you know why? Oh, one more. Because I'm Bror Fredrik coming at you with another live. What up? Alright, let me get some proper positioning here. Positioning is everything. Alright, there we go. Oh, I had the whole cool look ready. Do the glasses do it or what? Yeah, glasses do it. Little smirk, little... What? What? What are you looking at me for? What are you, writing a book? What are you, writing a freaking book over there? That's the New York way. Someone's staring at you, be like, give a bro nod or two first. They keep staring, you're like, what are you, writing a fucking book over there? And other people say, oh, take a picture, it'll last long. That ain't the New York way. There's a decorum about New York, and Chicago too. Very similar, I found out. Yeah, it's a certain decorum. You just don't like lean on people's cars, stare too long, do shit, do dumb shit. But yeah, that's a better look. Oh, thumbnail. Anyone want to snap a thumbnail real quick? Oh, wait, let me put it on wide. No, there is no wide on the front. Oh, that's thumbnail. You guys are awesome. Oh, that's a good one too. Like looking up my nose, kind of. What up, people? All right. Anyway, it's hot in here. I don't know. They're like, there's no one here. Let's shut off the air conditioner and save $20. Another commercial. Bang. What the actual F? At the top of the hour, they hit us with a commercial. Frickin' yikes. All right. Let me get over let me shut down messages, restart them. What do we got? 70 people. That is pretty freaking cool. Coolness has been achieved. Let me say hello to some people. Let me test this coffee first. Let me test the waters on this here coffee. That's good. And it's hot. Hallie makes super hot coffee, which I like. I don't know what she does. I dipped her pinky in it or something, but it's freaking hot. Let me say hello to... Holy shit. Is that another commercial? No. Alright. Let me say hellos to Jim Wolf, Phil, Carol Hughes. Yeah. Miss you. Tien, how are you doing? I'm doing good, Carol. I continually... I like my coffee hot, too. I'm continually tossing up the blessings for you, so I hope you're feeling that, and I hope you're feeling good, Carol. Mary Leathers, Janice, Val Marie, Tom, Phil. What's up, bro? When you when are you coming? Oh, I know when you're coming. Or do I? Maria Ann, Sony. Come on, drop them names. I want to say hello. Venus and Jim, Captain Dave, what's going on? Are you, yeah, you're still in season, right? You're still captaining it. It's still high season. I'm watching like shit from all over the country. Like, oh my God, it's winter already. I mean, it is cooler than normal here in Vegas. I think, according to my watch right now, it's 85. I don't believe that for a minute. It's probably like 89, but it went up to 92 today. Normally it's still like 105 this time of year. So, yeah, something's going on. But I ain't complaining, you know? I ain't complaining whatsoever. I'm okay with this. Get back to regularly scheduled life and not being freaking miserable. Sylvia, finish booking your trip this week too. All right, cool. I'm looking forward to that, Captain Dave. Sylvia, how are you? Sylvia and I had an awesome time. When was it? 2 nights ago? Or was that last night? I lose track. No, it's 2 nights ago. That was, I appreciate you, and I appreciate spending time with you. We hung out in the coolest spot at the W. It's very Frank Lloyd Wright, solid wood. You walk between the 2 rocks. It was a nice spot that Sylvia picked, and yeah, it was a good time. Thank you. Let's see, who else? Leonard, how you doing? Captain Lope. Cindy. What up, Paramount. Why am I not seeing my messages? It seems like it stopped dead in its tracks. I gotta do some restarting over here. I gotta do some coffee over here. I'm coffee deprived. I did Sylvia gifted me some Sumatran coffee, so that's what I had for. I usually don't start out the day with the Sumatran because it's like, you know, it's like pow, punch in the face. I like to ease in with something a little lighter, and then by 9, I'm ready for the Sumatran. Like the other night, I was up at, I set my alarm for 4:21, not 4:20, at 4:20. 4:21 is a great number. Snoozed it for a few minutes, got up at 4:29, yeah, went right for the Sumatran. Extreme window tinting. I was telling a buddy of mine about putting the ceramic coating, because he's got the same situation as me, and he's in the desert too, and he's got the situation where his house is east-west also. Like mine's east-west, so I get blasted on this side with the east, and on the other side I get hit with the west. So, you know, sunrise, sunset, I just get demolished with the sun. So it's like, put that ceramic jam on there, you won't regret it. So, never had Sumatran, so it's different. Sumatran is different. Like, I got first turned on to it at Resorts World, of all places. The high limit room served Sumatran and some type of Somalian coffee. So I had, I developed a taste for like North African coffees. But the difference is it's very earthy. It's very like real and earthy. And, you know, yeah, like it's kind of manly. If we're real. But women can enjoy it too. It's like, it's dank, it's earthy, it smells like, you know, like, it doesn't smell like it. It's like in the same vein, don't get me wrong, not like topsoil, but that earthiness, you know? And the same earthiness you'd get from like a single malt like that, yeah, it's earthy, it's rich, it's flavorful. On the flip side of that, you know, everyone's like, ooh, Hawaiian, you know, Hawaiian coffee, Kona coffee, and all this. And I have a neighbor who, you know, who's from Hawaii that always brings it back. And I'm grateful, and I'm thankful, and I hope he's not watching. Shout out, you know who you are if you are. All my neighbors are starting to watch me now, which is making me a little uncomfortable. You know, like I had one of my neighbors come up and be like, dude, that's you, right? I'm like, yeah. I did not want that to happen. I like my anonymity. Now, you know, now all my neighbors are up in my business. Anyway, I don't like it. I mean, it's not like I don't like it. There's no such thing as horrible coffee except Fontaine Bleu. Their coffee sucks. It is epically bad. And so is, Durango. Epically bad coffee. That coffee blows chunks, and so does Fontaine Bleu. It's just awful. Just to me, maybe someone else likes it, you know, but I think it's awful. It is awful coffee. But I mean, I drink the Kona. I re-gifted a couple. You know, he comes back with like the, you know, the pound bags and whatever. But it's just like, it's nonchalant. It's just like, I like coffee that's chalant. This coffee, Kona coffee is like chalant. It's just like, you know, Kona coffee is like it just came back from its like therapist and shit. It's just like, yeah. Kona coffee just like came back from a Grateful Dead concert and a therapist and had a massage. It's just like, it has no intention. Now this shit, on the other hand, it has some authority. It has some attention. Which I can show you what I'm looking at right now. But I can't. Orient Spice, how you doing? Is it Orient or Orion? Some people pronounce it differently. Alan, it was great seeing you. Marshall, how you doing? Busted JC. Do you think you would ever go back to the Northeast to live or retire? Yes. 100% yes. When I don't have to pay taxes anymore, I'm moving back to the Northeast. I mean, I was watching videos. I had the Weather Channel playing in the living room while I was working, and I could see it from the office. The reason being is because they were showing all the leaves changing like a month early. Like all the trees throughout the Northeast. It's just a sea of gorgeous fall colors everywhere you look. I mean, I used to truck up to, from New York City all the way up as far as I could, past Plainview, past Yonkers, whatever, and just look at the along the parkways. You go along the Sawmill River Parkway and whatnot. It's just gorgeous. It's just a sea of yellows and browns and oranges. It's phenomenal. That just soothes my soul. The beach or being on the coast, when the weather's cool, it's not so bad. You can't walk in the water, but it's a little chill in the air. Kicking wet leaves through a state park, big old maple leaves and everything. The desert is what it is, I'll leave that for someone else. It'll be someone else's mess to clean up but I ain't paying them taxes. I'll tell you what, I ain't paying them taxes. I mean, again, buddy of mine's in California. Their state tax is 13%. 13 freaking percent of your income is state taxes. That's nuts, So yeah, I'm not used to paying state taxes. Don't want to pay no state taxes. And they say, oh well, you live here, there's no state tax, but everything else is more. Yes and no. The registration, but not 13%, So yeah, I ain't down with that 13, 14% activities. That's, again, I'd moved to the Northeast. I'm totally infatuated with Connecticut. I love my Connecticut. It's got the 4 seasons. It's got the great memories. It's got fishing. It's got all the things. It's got stupidly accelerated prices from when I first started thinking about it. But I kind of grew up there. Spent all my summers there. I like Massachusetts. I like Maine. I like the whole Northeast. Give me some New Hampshire, and people say, oh, that's like northern hillbilly territory. I'm like, so am I. I'll fit right in, So I'm kind of a city redneck, I'd be all right with that. But I ain't paying them state taxes. I mean, I will ultimately, until I convert all my earnings into Bitcoin and cash it all out in Dubai. Oh, am I not supposed to say that? Eventually, there'll probably be no taxes on Bitcoin too. Then shit's real. This coffee's good. I'd probably snowbird. If I had my druthers, okay, when I hit the $1.7 billion lotto, because I got the winning ticket in my pocket, it's a given. So when I hit it, I'm going to buy a place in Connecticut, a place in Florida, a place in Vegas. Oh, I have a place in Vegas. All right, not a place in Vegas. And a place in Lake Tahoe. And I'm set. That's all I want. I could just follow the sun, like Ben Hogan. Just follow the sun. I'd be following the snow. Like winter in here would be nice. Summer in Tahoe. Fall into Christmas, right after New Year's, when Auld Lang Syne, whatever that fucked up song is, I can't stand. That to me, I hate that song. I hate that song with a passion. Because you know why? It's the official end of Christmas. It's just like Christmas is over. Shit, gotta wait another year. I hate that song, Auld Lang Syne. So as soon as I hear that, I'm getting in the vehicle in Connecticut, and then I'm bolting down either here for a little bit, because I do like the winters here, and I do like the winters in Florida. So yeah, I would do 4 seasons. There we go. So we got summer in Lake Tahoe, fly out to Connecticut for, we're skipping right out. No, fall into the beginning of the year. Go down to Florida for winter? No, where the hell am I gonna go for summer? No, we started out in summer. So what am I gonna come to Vegas for? Got winter, spring, summer, fall. Okay. Winter, I gotta figure this out. This is important, because I got the winning ticket in my pocket. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Now I gotta shift one. Winter, spring, oh, that's it. Winter in Florida, spring in Vegas, summer in Tahoe, fall. I got it. Problem solved. Problem solved. I like when a plan comes together. That's a good one. That's a good one. Winter, Florida, spring. I gotta remember this. Spring in Vegas, summer in Tahoe, fall in Connecticut. Why am I struggling with that? Yeah, that's the game plan. So when I hit this lotto, I'll let you know. You can have Vegas say, summer is an, dare I say, summer's an asshole. I can't stand summer. The only good thing about summer is when I was in New York, summer signified fishing season. There was so many lakes. People don't think about lakes and freshwater fishing as much in New York, but yeah, I did a lot of fishing. Long Island is just full of, we called them lakes, but technically they were ponds, maybe like, 5 to 20 acres and whatnot. Yeah, did a lot of fishing, good times. Spring ahead, fall back. What's up, Chris K? Winter, spring, summer, fall. Is that a James Taylor song? Yeah. Bert, you gonna be here next week? Well, if you're over here. Yeah, I'd be snowbirding it like a freak. Tom. July and fall, almost hot. Although hot, it was amazing. Was it amazing? Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Yeah, Christmas ends on Epiphany, right? I like the way Spanish people do it. They go straight through. They ain't playing. I think I think the Filipino people start celebrating Christmas like last week or some shit. They're the same like me. It's a season. The only place I've ever been, well, in warm climates, Christmas is a day. Like when I lived in California, it was a day. When I live here, it's just a day. If you didn't go to the store and see Christmas shit out to buy, you wouldn't know it was Christmas for all intents and purposes. But in cooler climates, people tend to relish it as a season, Like as soon as you were done with the trick-or-treating and all the witchy poo bullshit's gone, it's freaking Christmas. And you're going to like someone's house every weekend, someone's coming to yours every weekend. Sometimes it'd be like 2 or 3 spots, I'll be like this. All right. I'll be by you. What time is your dinner? 7 to 10. What time are you having dessert? I can't make dinner, I'm kind of committed. Dessert's at 9. All right, bet. I'll be there for dessert. What are you having? The cannolis? All right, I'll be there. And the anisette cookies? The anisette cookies from the place, right? All right, so that's where we're gonna be. And then afterwards, you'd be like, who's having coffee? At 11. There's always someone like who's just like not going to bed. So then you'd go, that you can go over there whenever. Just show up whenever, We ain't going to sleep tonight. That type of stuff. And that took place for weeks. Weeks, like from Thanksgiving on. It was just like that, It was a seasonal thing, and it's still with the gifts and everyone decorated, to more or lesser degrees, but it was a season. And I missed it. I miss that so much, the camaraderie and just seeing all the peoples, and seeing them on in a low-key environment, whatever. Some people a little more formal, they're more like upper echelon acquaintances and whatnot, but you're still kicking off your shoes, walking around in your socks in their house and whatnot, or vice versa. And then you have people who are just like, I ain't serving you, you know where the refrigerator is, And that's how sometimes I am in my place. I'm just like, do I look like I want to get it? The refrigerator's over there. Don't be embarrassed to go in my freaking refrigerator, It's not Fort Knox. Like I told you last Christmas, I passed out blankets because everyone was cold. Because I opened the windows because my flue was closed on the chimney. duh. Just casual, but a little formal. And then there's other people who are like, hey, if you can't make dinner, you know, maybe they didn't go to the place and they, you know, get the good cannolis and the tiramisu and all that. Oh, the anisette cookies with the pinoles on it from the baker. But anyway, then they would say, if you can't make dinner, we're having the antipasto before. Come by for that, you know? You don't have to fill up or whatever. Of course, you show up a little early, and they got the gabagol, and they got the 17 different kinds of olives out there. They got the ones with the, I was gonna say palmetto bug, not the pimentos in there. And you got the ones with the garlic in there, and you got the black ones. I'm never a fan of the black olives as much. Then you got the little ones, you got the big ones, and the green ones, and the you know, whatever. The calabrese, and then there's some other ones, whatever, you know? And you just eat the cheese, and you drink, and you laugh, and you joke, and then the big queen olives, ones like this and whatever, they gotta be pitted. You know, you don't want people, you know, at your house, like, you know, spitting out pits or breaking their teeth or whatnot. Yeah, you gotta do it right, you know? Yeah. Or like the little cherry tomatoes, you know, the little cherry tomatoes, and you got the little, like the little swords. Or you get the, you know, the toothpicks with the streamers on the back that are like blow darts. I mean, am I the only one who ever blown dart one of them? At a cocktail party, you get the straw, you put it in the back like a blowgun. What the hell is that? Are we still live? It just said that my recording was saved. That was weird. But we're still live. All right, let me test. I'm all about the, yeah, I don't know. It just flashed a warning saying the recording ended. But I'm not recording anything. That was weird. Okay, thank you. So am I the only one who ever blow darted a cocktail toothpick? They work. You could stick that shit into drywall. You get a nice straw, like the one Sylvia gave me. You put it in the back. You could like nail a monkey out of a tree and whatnot. You know, you could like take a frickin' tree rat out with one of them. That's fun. That's good times. Or they get the ones that look like little swords. You know, they're like this big, like little swords and whatnot. And you're stabbing the cheese, and you're chasing, you know, one of the little cherry tomatoes around the plate, you know, because it doesn't want to be stabbed and whatnot, so it's running away from you, and you gotta corner it, and then you skewer the bad boy and pretend like it was easy. All the memories, all the good times. Yeah. Except the nuts. You don't put nuts out. I mean, I don't know whether it's like in my family that we had on my father's side, on the Swedish side, they were like into nuts. You know, they had the nutcrackers and the picks and whatnot that you ultimately end up using for crabs and whatever. Not those crabs, you know, crabs. And lobster and whatever. And then it's work. I don't want to burn calories to do it. And then the cracking and all this other stuff. No. That's too much work. It looks cool. You got a thing of Brazilian nuts and some macadamias and all this other. No, just get some stuff that people can just swallow and not frickin', you know, break a filling out with. Walnuts. I don't like nuts. I don't like nuts. Do I like nuts? I do like nuts because I ate half the bag of pistachio nuts the other night. Huh. So what do you people do for the holidays? I know what I do. you go housebound. Yeah, like the softer nuts, like the cashews are good, the macadamias are good. Actually, the Brazilian nuts are good, but then you got to get out like a 3-pound sledgehammer and beat that shit on a coffee table. Bam, bam, bam. But then you have the nutcrackers, you know? And then you got the nutcracker that's a nutcracker that's also the holiday decoration, but it doesn't break the nuts because they all come from, they're made like shit, and you try to squeeze it in the little mouth of the thing, and the handle breaks, and then you're embarrassed that you broke someone's freaking Christmas ornament. No. Just no. Alright, let me catch up on you guys. Use view if you're not there. When wow, what happened? What are you talking about, views? What? 40 cal? 40 cal? I don't have the 40 cal. What are we doing? Holy shit with these commercials. Maron. See, my Italian upbringing's coming through. I just noticed that. I just said Maron. That's funny. Maron. Chestnuts are chestnuts are good. Yeah, I remember getting them off the, like the dirty hot water, hot dog sales people. Like they put out the smell of chestnuts roasting on an open fire in New York City, like right after you got out of seeing the Rockettes or something, or you're at Rockefeller Center, watching people fall on their ass and whatever, looking at the tree. Wow, it's cool. That's an amazing smell. I've never been able to do that at home. You buy them. I tried roasting them in the oven. It's not the same for some reason. It's got to be over an open fire. Yeah, I'm getting hit with the ads like a freak today. All right. Put a spoon in the nut bowl. I was going to try to make an innuendo out of that somehow. No, you put a spoon in the nut bowl. No, let's see. All right, do people in Vegas decorate? No. People in Vegas barely decorate. I don't know, but the inside a little bit here and there. No, you don't really see decorations. I don't think people do it in general. But when I was in Florida, shit, at the height, I put up almost 200,000 lights. I got a picture of it, probably here somewhere, maybe I can show you. 200,000 lights. I mean, there was like limos pulling up in my friggin' driveway, and I'd go out there and, got the glockenspiel, I'm like, what's up? And they're like, oh, do you mind if we take some pictures? Like, they put my house on a tour of different places to go see awesome lights and whatnot. Well, number one, don't park in my driveway, Number two, how about you ask permission? No, they're like, well, it was in the newspaper. Oh, and you decided to profit off it? Cool story, bro. But anyway, it's the Christmas spirit. One time I sat out on the front lawn dressed as Santa. I went to the dollar store and I picked up sacks and sacks of like boys and girls toys and whatever and gave them out on the front lawn. Made a little throne, made a giant Christmas tree, where you put like a pipe and then you go up and down with the lights and whatnot. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. It was pretty amazing. Marie Belle, how you doing? Entire neighborhoods decorate. Yeah, I know. I mean, but I guess it's superior people in Florida. It's got to be something superior because, here they don't decorate. I mean, literally here on the 26th, and not like in the afternoon, like on December 26th at like 7 a.m., everyone throws their Christmas tree out like, oh, fuck, it's finally over, I mean, there's really not a lot of Christmas spirit here. There really isn't. Except for me. Santa comes and sees me. I don't know about the rest of these friggin' people. Remember that? Like, you'd be at like your grandparents' house and you'd be like, oh, you'd be sweating whether Santa could find you and whatnot. And my grandpa was like, don't worry. I called him. I was like, you called him? He's like, yeah, I got his number. Or, all us grown-ups have Santa's number. I was like, really? So you called him? He's like, yeah, I called him. He knows you're here. Don't worry, like we'd sleep over. He'd say, yeah, Santa knows. Don't worry, he's gonna come. He's gonna hook you up. Grandpa was into Christmas too. Grandpa dug in some Christmas. Always got an apple, orange, and chocolate Santa. The combination of orange and chocolate is awesome. Yeah, Marianne, the last day before Christmas vacation, and then, because my mom's always did like the whole stocking thing or whatever. Because I was raised a poor white child, so, she was big on the stocking things, like multiple items there, and then we got like one big thing. I mean, sometimes two, but usually one big thing. Like one year I got like stockings full of everything. Remember the pens that had like the 4 different colors that you go click, 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 and it had the red, and it had the different colors, the black, the blue, all this other, and that was like having an iPhone, you know, like in the late 70s, whenever it was. That was like having a friggin' iPhone. You'd show up at school the next day with one of those things, and you know, you'd be the shit. Like saying, like if you walked in with an iPad or something, or an Xbox, you're like, holy shit, you got one of them 4 color pens, whoa, you know? And then like the same time, what do you call it? Like one year it was always G.I. Joe shit. Like I got the G.I. Joe submarine, and it went underwater, you know, and you squeezed the thing and it came up, and you pressed the button and went back down, did all the things, and a bunch of like stocking stuffers. It was big stocking stuffers. Yeah, Pez dispensers, I got the Spider-Man, and yeah. I'm ready for Christmas, in case you haven't noticed. I'm still on the Christmas tip right now. Christmas is 100, like the actual day is 110 days. I think it is 112, 100 something days, whatever it is. But it's like less than 120 days. So, and for me, Christmas starts generally the end of this month. Generally the end of this month. Pretty Bella, you remember those yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I could write in multiple colors, and the worst day is when it actually broke. You were just like you never ran out of ink because you never really used it. It was just cool. It was like high tech. Oh my god, a pen that's 4 colors. No way. I don't have any pics of me playing Santa. I probably have some at home, but I don't have any on the phone. Alright. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm freaking psyched. I'm psyched for Christmas. I don't know how extravagant I'm gonna get. Last year I decked the halls with bowels? Like Worf on you ever see Worf sing "Deck the halls with boughs of holly," and then he stopped Worf, you know, Star Trek, and he was like, I don't know who Holly is, but she must have been a great warrior if they decked the halls with her bowels. I laugh at shit like that. Yeah, I decked the halls big time last year. This time, because I'm doing work, and I'm doing work in life. I'm ready. Yeah, thank you. This might be a threefer. Let's check my phone. What time is it? Yeah, this might be a 3 coffee session. Cause I got shit to do tonight too. What the hell was we talking about? Something. Things. I don't know. Oh, I'm still working on a house. Bedroom almost done. I put a chip in the wall. Pissed me off. I gotta go back there. It's like auto body work. Because of my textured walls. It's like freaking auto body work. Bedroom's just about put back together. Got the reading chair in the corner now. You know, it's cool. I did a couple meetings in there because I painted the brick in the back. So I got like flagged fieldstone on one wall. So I painted that. Came out cool. Made it like an accent. Looks like the friggin' Aria, to be honest. My house started to look like that. I don't think they posed a threat. Yeah, it's got that Aria vibe to it. Anyway, so I got a lot of work to do. Like I wanted to redo my chimney, I wanted to take, because a lot of you guys have seen the fireplace and whatever. I wanted to take that new acoustic wall stuff and wrap, the sides and the top with the acoustic wall. And I wanted to mount the TV. Remember how the TV had the separate side stand? I want to stick it above the fireplace. I want to get some of the space back over there. So we'll see. So I don't know if I'm going to get as extravagant because, yeah, it's been a project. It turned out I just started painting one room and suddenly I'm repainting the whole house because I painted one room so perfect. I didn't paint the rest of it. You know, it came painted. It hasn't been painted in years. So I'm like, now this ceiling looks... You want to cause yourself a problem? Paint your ceiling in a pure flat white and then look at the rest of them. You'll be like, shit. And then you paint, you know, because it's like yellow by comparison, even though it's a separate room, you could still, at least me, you know, I'm like a perfectionist like that. So, and then you paint the ceiling, you might as well paint the wall. Next thing you know, you're freaking doing the whole house over. Stephen J with the 10, enjoying the Christmas chat after a busy work week. Me too. It's been a busy week. I love being busy though. Busy makes being productive. Busy is different. Productive, I just love productive weeks, and I'm in productive mode. It just feels good to accomplish stuff. The other day I was in the middle. Nobody called me on it because we're friends. It was an internal meeting, and you know they were talking, and I'm listening. I'm absorbing everything that's going on. But an email came in, you know, and it was about something that I was working on, and you know, kind of bartering and negotiating. Even cold, that's good. Thank you. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. So I get this email in, something that I asked someone to do, and they were like, "Sure, we could do that." And I, like right in the middle of the meeting, I went, because I love the business of business. You know, it's just my nature. I mean, that to me. This guy would he was like, I don't know if I can do it. You know, I got to talk to someone to find out if I can do it. And then he got back to me like 3 days later. He's like, yeah, I can do it. And it was something that was important for me and for the business. And to me, it might as well be the damn Super Bowl, as far as I'm concerned. You know, everyone else, like I heard my neighbor, did football season start already? He was like yelling touchdown and shit the other night. I could hear him, you know, like through the freaking, he's over there. And he's like yelling at the TV, oh, you should have caught that and whatnot. No, I mean, it was just like, what's up, Bill Vick? You know, so he's like, yeah, I checked. We can do it. We'll make an exception, but we can do it. And I was just like, it's just a natural instinct. And the three other guys, you know, that, you know, on the what do you call it? We use the teams. And then I saw them pause for a second. It was an involuntary reflex. You know, that's just the way it is. I get excited about shit, you know, like that. Business is a sport, you know. It's not a hobby, it's a sport. The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the victories, you know, making the, you know, that extra point to win, the whole vibe, you know. I don't know why people need sports. I got that. It's a sport. Sometimes it's a contact sport, you know. Sometimes it's a contact sport, virtually, metaphysically. But yeah, that was that was funny. That was funny. I hope someone was recording that because it was just completely and utterly involuntary. It was like, yes, all right, let me build this coffee and start jabbing. Got a passion in life, you know? Got a passion, and I get that. You know, as much as I say I'm not into sports and whatnot, I understand why people get into sports because it's a passion. You have to have, you got to be passionate about something. You know, if you're not passionate about something in life, what the fuck are you doing? You know, just existing, just occupying space, breathing air. Be passionate. You know, it doesn't have to be what everyone else is passionate about. Just be passionate about something. You have to have a passion. When you find your passion, you've evolved to a whole different level. I mean, how many people out here or passing or out there in, you know, on the other side of this piece of glass, what's your passion? Do you have passion? Do you have a passion in your life that is rewarding? I mean, I can see, like, again, the sports, this and that, but, you know, what's your passion? What makes you tick? If you had a choice, what would be your dream job, your dream experience, your passion? What is that? Go pursue that before it's too late. Go pursue your passion. You know, if your passion is passion, go be passionate about it. Just do everything with passion. You know? You gotta. That's what makes that. What's the meaning of life? The age-old question. What's the meaning of life? The meaning of life is to frickin' live it with passion. With not indifference. You know? Be chalant. You know? Sometimes it's time to be nonchalant. You know? Like when you're walking into like Sam's Club and you don't have a car, you just want to go see shit. You gotta be nonchalant. You know, sometimes nonchalant is good, but sometimes you gotta be chalant. You just gotta be like, bam, I'm here, what up? You know, take life by the balls. You know, well, what did 47 say? Grab it by the hoo-ha? Grab life by the hoo-ha. Grab it by the hoo-ha. F yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just grab it by the hoo-ha. Do what you gotta do. But live life with passion. A life lived with passion is a life worth living. I could wrap this shit up right now. Finish my coffee. Let me leave you with that. I'm not going anywhere. But a life lived with passion and being passionate is a life worth living. If you have no passion in your life, what are you doing? What are you doing? Be passionate about something. I'm passionate about business. I'm passionate about a lot of things. It's not just all business, but it's not. See, people say business, money. Oh, all you think about is money. Yeah, I do. Sorry. Why do you gotta apologize for thinking about money? Oh, all you think about is money. No shit, Sherlock. You know, I want to leave a legacy and I want to have a comfortable life. I want to like kick back at some point. Been working since I was freaking 12, but it's not all about it. But like, business is the highs, the lows, the victories, the problem solving. That's entertainment. That's a sport. I love it. But I'm passionate about that. But I have other passions in my life too. I'm passionate about everything I do. I'm passionate about throwing out the freaking garbage. You know? I'm just like, all right, let me see if I can get this garbage. You know, like I get passionate about, all right, I packed this bag to the max and it didn't rip. You know, you gotta live life with passion and excitement. Not just like, same shit, different day, same shit, different day. No, when I go to throw the garbage out, I'm just like the Michael Jordan of freaking garbage disposal. You know, I'm just like, swish. You know, I get passionate about the perfect coffee. You know, I'm not a fan of my own coffee, I'll be honest. I'd rather someone else make it. But when I make a perfect cup of coffee, like I was just served here and I'm not freaking taking advantage of, I'm excited about it. I'm just like, sick. Live life with passion. I'm passionate about using real sugar right now because I haven't touched the stuff in a week other than a little chocolate. I'll admit it. Live life with some passion. Yeah. You make the best coffee? That's awesome. That's something to be passionate about. Alright. And I did notice something coming in. I do gotta check my phone in a minute and cogitate on what I'm speaking on here. Don't blow off what I'm saying. Oh, you know, it's Bror Fredrik, this and that. Tell me I'm wrong.
Thank you.
Actually looks like a decent burger. Oh, he had a ball cap on. Guy and a chick. He took it off to eat. I think that's cool. I think that's cool. At least he took it off. I don't eat with a hat on. Oh look, it's one of those. Be passionate. If you're not passionate about something, be passionate. You can be passionate about yourself. Oh no, you can't do that. Why? Why? Someone today was telling me something about, like, they were biting their tongue about something specific, something that they're really, really good at and should be proud of. And they were sort of like downplaying it because they didn't want to come off arrogant. And I was just like, yo, fuck that. just spit. Just freaking spit it out, you know? Yeah, you're good at that. And everyone knows you're good at that, and that's nothing to, you know, what do they say? You know, hide your shine under a bushel or something. I don't know. There's some expression for that. No. If someone thinks I'm arrogant, who freaking cares? What? I'm arrogant because I threaten you? Because I threaten your little safe space or whatnot? I don't care about that. I'm not going to live my life on other people's terms. I'm not going to dull my own shine. I just hope my shine is contagious. You know, yeah, do never downplay your strengths. Never. That's self-deprecating, or that you're supposed to be, you know, especially in business, supposed to be humble. No, humble doesn't get you across the finish line much in life. It'll gain you acceptance because all the people that you're better than, because some people are just better, not at everything. No one's better as being a human. We're all born on this. Well, there's some piece of shit out there. There's some straight up pieces of shit out in this world. Like What up? So yeah, my phone ran out of storage. I hadn't deleted the last 6 or 7 live streams. That's what that glitch was in the beginning. And that's what it just said. You're out of storage because I am backup recording it. So yeah, we're back at it. Sorry for the intermission. Sometimes when you are passionate about something and you can't wait to tell someone, that person can burst your bubble. Then I pick myself up and move on. Exactly. You know what? There's that other thing. Ooh, don't tell people the good stuff. Don't tell people your plans. Yeah. Don't tell strangers. You know, you don't walk around bragging. Oh, I'm the CEO. I'm the this. I'm King Farouk. I'm hot shit. Yeah, don't go bragging. Don't go bragging about your money. Don't go bragging about your status. Don't go bragging about whatever, or telling strangers your plans per se, because not all the people who listen to you are your fans. You know, like, you don't want people hating on you and hating on your shit. Because hating is like praying backwards. If I pray for you because I care about you, I'm wishing you the best. When you're hating on someone, it's praying backwards. Just like fear is praying backwards, hate is praying backwards. So yeah, you don't want to put shit out there. Like, if you got a big plan to start this or that, you don't want to just spread it out in public until it's done. Like, even with women, they always say, you know, never say you're pregnant until like the 3rd or 4th month, you know, to make, because, you know, it's like a superstition thing. I get all that. But it's okay to tell the people around you. You know, the people who will support you, that you know, even some of them sometimes can be haters, but, you know, you gotta have that spirit of discernment and understand who your fans and, you know, who your enemies, not that you have enemies, but people have enemies within. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation. Do we want to have that conversation? No. Another time. I'll be in a good mood after that conversation. I want to drink coffee. So what are we talking about? Being passionate? Yeah, be passionate. Be passionate about all the things. I'm going to put some of this here artificial. Who else here? Was that Cat Hacker? What up, Cat Hacker? You hacking cats over there? Oh. What up? I saw the cats have mange. I saw today a mangy ass looking cat. It had like clumps of hair missing. It was sick. I mean, I don't know. Ugh. Do cats get mange? I'm very caffeinated, Venus. But I'm in a very good mood, too. I'm in a very passionate, excited. I like to play some that. I always like to play some that. But, yeah. Things are good. Things are exciting. I like being productive. I like moving. Yeah, it was a nasty cat. Poor thing. I mean, I don't really believe, like, I dislike the expression put down, like, oh, I put down my dog, or I put down my horse or whatever. That, I don't know why that bothers me so much. Phil, hope y'all doing well. 51 months, my brother. I miss you, bro. Cats do get mange, yeah, that cat's a mangy ass cat, and it's suffering. That cat needs to be put down or treated or something. I ain't touching it. But it's mangy. That's a mangy ass cat. But yeah, put him down. That's like a kind way of saying, I mean, I could deal with I put it to sleep or whatever. Oh, I put my cat to sleep or whatever. Put it to sleep. Singing a lullaby? But yeah, that's a sad thing. But put it down. Like some people need to be put down. That expression I can get behind. Oh, that's good coffee. That there's some superior coffee. The word of the day is superior. For superior things and superior coffee. Alright, let me check fan fundalization. Nope, we're good. Let me get back to all messagings. Who else? Angie, how are you? See, I haven't been able to say hello to people because there was no way of telling who was who. What is this? Bonjour. Ozan? Not quite sure. There's a twofer. Haley and Mercedes in the house. Bill Vick, your cat licks and licks and licks like it's gonna explode. Why did the dog lick his whatever? Because he could. In that Vegas heat, that cat, yeah, who knows? It's been a long summer, but it hasn't been. We had that the beginning. I mean, it feels like it's ending. It's got another 3 weeks to go. It normally does not stay under 100 consistently until like the end of the month, beginning of October. It's been consistently under 100, and the rest of the week, this is a forecast. The 10-day forecast says going into the 80s. I'll take it. I'm good. SJL. Your cat's is beautiful. I had a cool cat. I had the coolest cat ever. Sometimes when you're passionate about it. My mom follows politics with a fine tooth. She literally... Oh, another freaking commercial. What is this? Buy one, get one free of something. You ever watch a video and it says, Ms. Google, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. You're passionate about everything. I could tell. I could tell as a personality. I'm good. I'm a good people reader. Put me in a room with someone, I got them pretty well figured out. And you seem like an extraordinarily passionate person. I could tell by your presentation. I can tell by your attention to detail. You know. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. What hotel are you enjoying your cook? This is the Forum Shop. I'm going back in time and reading it. This is actually the Forum Shop in front of Caesar's Palace. If you want to see where exactly I am, take a look up yonder. Now do you recognize it? Well, it's the best coffee in town, to be perfectly honest. The best. Yeah, it pays to be passionate. And people, you know what? When you're passionate about things, people gravitate towards you. Val Marie, how you doing? Yeah, people tend to gravitate towards passionate people because it does get contagious. There's some people like the same assholes that you say good morning to and they give you a dirty look. What's so good about it? Well, it sucks to be you. Well, you know what's good about it? I'm not you. Because you seem pretty very miserable. You know, that's me. I say shit like that. You know, not to like everyone, but it depends the attitude. Oh, what's so good about it? I'm not you. Because you ask me, how you doing? I'm like, shit, if it's any better, there'd be two of me. You know, I don't care what's going on. You know, I'm alive, I'm touching people's lives, I'm being productive, I'm contributing to society. What else do you want, you know? Anyway, coffee. That's what I want right now. Oh, that's good. It's so good I'm gonna stick my pinky out. Things can always be worse. Like Graham said, it's like the whole neighborhood got together, wrote their problems on a piece of paper, put it in the street. You got to pick up whatever other set of problems anyone else put on the street and go and pick up your own. Because you'd be like, I know how to deal with that shit. I know how to deal with these people's shit. I don't know how they deal with it, and suddenly your own problems ain't as bad, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Alright, let's see what else is going on here. Yep, I'm horizontalish. I like coffee with milk. Me too. You know what? Because you do have turkey in your... You have the crane and you have turkey in your name. I'll admit, I never had Turkish coffee, but I saw those videos where they, with the copper little kettle thing, and they got the heated sand, and they put it in the sand, and it froths up real quick. I want to try that so bad. I knew someone from Turkey, and they taught me something interesting that I did follow up on a couple times. And I don't, because I don't really drink much anymore, if at all. But this Turkish dude, he's just like, this is how we do our problems, you know? If we have a problem, or we're in a business negotiation, nonetheless, they said first, we all sit around and we drink. We pass a bottle around, we do a couple shots, and we talk about the problem, or we negotiate the business. And we come to an arrangement. We don't leave the table. We don't go to sleep angry. We don't leave the table. We come to an agreement. We come to a negotiation. We bargain, whatever. All people walk away satisfied. A good business deal is not where everyone wins. You know, one person wins, one person loses. That's not good business. That's exploitation. A good business deal is where there's a little give and take, but everyone gets, and I wouldn't say full compromise, but everyone gets, for the most part, what they came for, you know? You met somewhere in the middle, everyone walked, that's a good business deal, or a good whatever. Then, you'd say, then the next day, while we have all these things thought through in the little drunken state, we sit down and drink coffee and go back over it to see if we're right. If we still feel the same, whether it was the alcohol talking, which alcohol tends to lower your inhibitions. That's why some people are like assholes and some women's panties fall off, because alcohol lowers your inhibitions. Then with coffee, with the heightened stimulation, the opposite, let's see if this deal that we struck last night still holds true now. I like that. That was a Turkish dude. Yeah, prayers for Carol's quick recovery. Love you both. Kevin, you're awesome for looking after your moms, and gotta toss up them blessings. It's called sit down. Yeah, it's called sit down drunk and then sit down buzzed on Turkish coffee. But I want to try me that. Turkish coffee. Yeah. All right. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Have you ever had a percolator? Yeah. You know, I sold my percolator on eBay. I had a Farberware percolator with the glass top and the freaking electric that went in there and whatever, and I had another one that you put on the stove and whatever. I just couldn't make good coffee with it. It never came out strong enough. No matter how much coffee I packed, didn't matter. I couldn't percolate good coffee. Well, maybe I should have used straw. Maybe it was the ground or something. But now I wasn't able to make good French press until I found the proper French press. You know, I was buying, I mean, I didn't buy cheap ones, but someone gifted me one, and it's perfect. It says you press it, nothing comes out the side, it squishes it. The French press, but not all French presses are good, and its cost doesn't matter. I guess the same thing with percolators. I mean, that brings back memories. We were talking about, you know, growing up, like staying over for Christmas on, you know, my grandparents' house. You know, they used to have like that thick vinyl wallpaper in the kitchen with the cocks on it, and what do you call them? You know, with the chickens and all the stuff, you know, like everyone had in the frickin' 70s. But all I remember is the smell, and I wasn't even drinking coffee then. I remember the smell of fresh percolated coffee. I remember that smell, and for some reason I could smell when she was making orange juice, you know, the fresh squeeze, the smell of, I would wake up to the smell of bacon, percolated coffee, and orange juice, you know? And then as a kid, right? I mean, tell me if I'm right. Then you knew when they whipped out the percolator, whether it was Christmas or as any other time you was all getting together, chock full of nuts coffee is good. You know, everyone's getting together, whatever. You knew that when they pulled out the percolator, you got to stay up late. You're like, they're growing some roots here. You know, if someone's percolating them some coffee, you know, you get to stay up late, you know, because the adults, you know, the grown-ups are percolating coffee, and they're going to be, you know, laughing and fighting and whatever for another couple hours. So when you saw that percolator come out, you're like, yes. Go watch me some TV in the other room, you know. Yeah. I'm all about that. Chock full of nuts is the heavenly coffee. Half of the coffee comes from Istanbul and the others from Ethiopia. A variety of coffee sold. Oh, interesting. I'm liking, I didn't know Istanbul. I gotta try that. So, Turkey is known for its coffee. Japan has awesome coffee too. Who'd have thought? Japanese coffee is amazing. Is amazing coffee. Like these little boutique coffee. Now I know Istanbul. I gotta get me some. But I'm a big fan of, you know, African coffee. You know, there's something about African coffee. Campfire coffee, $3.50. Yeah, campfire coffee's good. I ain't gonna deny that. That's the only percolated coffee that I like for some reason. Campfire coffee. Campfires. I need to be in front of a campfire. I need me some campfire activities. I gotta go camping. Where am I gonna go? You can't go camping here. I wanna go camping. Camp in the desert? No, you wake up dead. Where can I go camping? Like Lake Tahoe's already like freaking 20 below zero. Japanese coffee, like that's, I got turned on to the Japanese coffee from Bavette's. Bavette's uses Japanese coffee. Glamping? I'll glamp. Yeah, I mean, I can go freaking, you know, full-blown freaking operator and sleep on the dirt and whatever, but at the same time, if I have the opportunity with a tent and an air mattress, I'm taking the air mattress, you know? I'll do the glamping. I'm okay with that. Lavazza is good coffee, too. The Mighty Bull, I'm here to support the channel and offer encouragement for your journey ahead. I don't know if I can camp in Mount Charleston. I don't know. I don't know if I could drop my guard long enough. It's the woods that does it. I mean, I guess you could in Mount Charleston. I don't know. There's like rules and regulations, all the things. You know, the homeowners association in the development I live in got fined. They passed the cost of a $4,777 fine onto all the people in the association. For what? For what? So they divided it amongst everyone. So we all had it like it was a special assessment. And it came down from the county. For what? Too much grass. It's like, what's this freaking extra grass? Oh no, you have like, you're over your allotment of allotted grass in this area. So they fined $4,777 and passed the cost along to everyone in the homeowners association. Eat it back. You know, I mean, who is the... Talk about government overreach. So you got the county government sitting there going, oh, get out the tape measure, Bob. Okay, Jack. Okay, Jill. Oh, look, they have 422 square feet of grass. That's just too much. They're only supposed... That's someone's job. You know, oh, but someone else was like, when we all found out, we're all like, you know, milling around because we all got the freaking note on the door. And I'm like, what is this bullshit? You know, they like ring and ran. They put the note on, they knocked and ran. You know, so they're like down the block and we're all just like, we'll just play ring and run and we're reading this shit. Special assessment. We have too much grass. And they didn't even say, oh, now we have the opportunity to remove it or anything like that. No, it's too much grass. Who the fuck are they to allocate God's green earth to anyone? And one of the neighbors was like, well, I can understand. Whatever. I can understand it because, you know, it takes water. So, you know, we live in the desert. So, you know, oh, really? So $4,700. And we're using what? $50. Water is cheap here in Vegas, number one. Number two, oddly enough, it's cheap. But holy cow, they have the right to control dirt and the amount of living sprouts that are coming up out of it. That's insomnia. That you talk about government overreach. You need a permit for everything. You want to catch a fish? Got to buy a permit. Catch too many fish, we'll put you in jail. What? Oh, you got too much lawn. We're gonna fine you. Oh, you water it, the lawn that you have, you water too much. We have to fine you. What the? That just pisses me off. You cannot regulate Earth. Who are they to regulate Earth? Only God can regulate Earth. Oh, I'm pissed. I mean, it nominally is, you know, it wasn't that much, this special assessment. But who gives them the right to do that? You know? Tell people what they can and cannot do. You got too much grass. So, and think about the waste. So, you're wasting water on this excess grass in your allocation. Oh no, how about this? You're wasting taxpayer money driving your friggin' ass around, you and your buddy over there, measuring people's grass. How about we just fire your ass and not worry about it? You know, that's not wasteful? No, you're the true waste here. That's a job. It's someone's job to go around with a code enforcement vehicle and measure people's grass. You get paid for that? I mean, everyone should earn a living, but that's some bullshit way to do things. Anyway, let's talk about something else. Yeah, passionate about being a-hole. California has garbage can inspector. I remember when I first left New York, they were down to the 3 garbage pail system. This was for paper, but non-glossy paper. The glossy paper has to go over here. Packaging and glossy paper. And this is glass and aluminum. Better not put a piece of steel in there. Because that you have to take down to the... Okay. No, let's not go there. Let's not go there. Yeah, Gary Slots, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of time. Mark my words. I don't know if it's going to be 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Mark my words that eventually Vegas will charge you to use elevators up and down. They'll be like, oh, you know, you're staying here. You only have like, you know, 2 ups and 2 downs. You know, when you come down in the morning, when you go up at night, all these up and down trips, you know, we ain't going for that. $2 a pop. Bill to your room. Trust me, because they cannot find any other way to extort for more money in Vegas, so they have to start looking into shit like that. I'm telling you, I would put my deed of my house that is going to happen. I haven't heard anyone say it. Hasn't been mentioned, but you can say, oh well, the ADA. Yeah, there's always exceptions to everything, of course, but they'll do it. They will do it. Oh, it's wear and tear, but it's a resort fee, or they'll increase the resort fee and there'll be a line item, say elevator usage. But they're better off charging by the trip. You watch. You watch. I think there are many coffee lovers in America. We love coffee. Sometimes we... Oh, yeah. I do. So it's not tea leaves in Turkey? You do the coffee read? I never had my coffee read before. Well, this is some good coffee. Yeah, room on the second floor. I gotta check something real quick. So talk amongst yourselves for a second. I gotta shut down this chat too, because my chat is barely moving. I gotta check something very, very quickly. Alright. I gotta send a quick message. Joe. Alright. Don't mind me. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be done momentarily. I gotta follow up on that later. Indeed I do. Oh, right back at me. Let's see. Alright, what are we talking about? We're talking about something. Milk coffee or coffee? That's funny. I like it dark. I used to be a light and sweet guy. Now I like a little darkness. Yeah, if Vegas could charge you to breathe air, they would, trust me. They still haven't figured it out. It's all over the news. Oh my God, you know, tourism down 12%. You want to hear some more bullshit? We'll talk about Christmas some more in a minute. I'd rather talk about Christmas. However, remember when they had the riots here? Remember when all the protesters, there was 90 people arrested here in Vegas, you know, during the protests a couple months ago. They were like breaking windows. They were doing like, you know, Jan 6 type stuff, just, you know, basically tomfoolery. But these people got out of hand. They were throwing bottles at 5-0 and all the rest of that, breaking windows, going off, you know. They're basically rioting. So they arrested 90 people, exact number, 90. You know what happened today? They dropped all the charges. They, en masse, dropped all the charges on 90 people. On all of them. They were just like, it's all good. So if there's no consequences left in life, like why? Well, why'd they drop, why'd Vegas in its infinite wisdom, because it was the city of, just say, no, you're good. We're okay with the fact that you vandalized stuff and you threw bottles at cops. So the next time, it's emboldening people. They're just going to be like, screw it. So the next time people want to have a little get-together and do some more freaking vandalism and rioting and throwing bottles at cops, they're going to say to themselves, we didn't get screwed last time, you know. we got arrested, we got some free food, maybe they got, donked and whatnot, but they dropped the charges, no big deal. There's got to be consequences. We have whole generations younger than us that have no sense of consequence. There's no consequence. Letting people off for doing that, don't get me started. But we got the law and order governor now, right? He's the ex-sheriff. Like, is he okay with that? Yeah, okay, let him go. What they said was they learned their lesson. We've drug them through the mud long enough, one of the representatives said. Like how? Like how? Like that night in jail or whatever? How did they learn their lesson? Yeah, they learned a lesson that you could throw bottles at cops and you get a slap on the wrist, at best. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, what are we talking about? Yeah, who's ever steering the ship here is dumber than a friggin' rock. Tourism is down. We can compensate for that. So, if tourism's down 12%, if we raise the price of everything 12%, it'll find equilibrium. What? On what planet does this make sense? But see, the other thing is, it's not just Vegas. It's tourism worldwide. People just are not traveling. Yeah, Vegas, the problem with Vegas is when the world catches a cold, Vegas sneezes, as the expression goes. Like, we are the most susceptible because we have the highest degree of discretionary income, besides gambling addicted income, coming into this town. I get it. But throughout the world, tourism is down. It's not just here. It's where, like, every tourist destination, not just in the United States, but international, France, England, you name it, it's down. People just aren't traveling. They're just not freaking traveling. So, it's everywhere. But here, it's a problem. Because, but the whole town will... No, the whole town does not work for freaking MGM. I'm sorry. People do have lives here. Let's see. Yeah, in Chicago. Yikes. Imagine that. And then you got the mayor over there like, oh, you can't clean up my city. It's not that bad. That's just a bad look. I got it. Don't worry, bro. 58 people got friggin', almost iced on Labor Day weekend. And they don't have a problem. They don't want it cleaned up, That place begging to be cleaned up. Oh, but that's martial law. What? If you can't do the job, who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? That is actually the purpose. I'm not a big federal government type of guy. I believe states should take care of their own shit. That should be a state police type of thing. But the federal government is there to keep the peace when the states can't. Federal government overreach, it's a thing all day. I'm not a huge fan of the federal government. The federal government's there to protect us from enemies, foreign and domestic. That's where it should stop. However, when you can't walk the streets safely in the nation's capital without like ducking frickin' 9 mils, you got a problem. You need to go in there and clean shit up. When 58 people are getting greased, you gotta clean some stuff up, Oh, but we don't want that. Why not? Why not? Well, what's the problem? Oh, you're targeting one specific type of people. Yeah, assholes and criminals. I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't get it. But they keep voting for the same. Yeah, the play. Yeah, let's talk about Christmas some more. Let's talk about Christmas. Madison, we need to build friggin' mental institutions in this country. we got to be starting to make mental institutions great again. You know, I mean, not the ones with the padded cells, not the ones with the frickin' gray tiles and all that, not the ones that you see in like creepy movies or whatever. But people need some help. You know, we have a mental illness crisis in this country because people are just basically walking around with their metaphysical pants around their ankles. You know, I mean, we've been told for the past 4 years, just. I mean, when something like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that, $3.50. There used to be great deals. Yeah, there used to be great deals in Vegas. Where's the deals now? Ain't no deals no more. You know, I mean, there used to be consequences. Now there's no consequences. Oh, you're not allowed to shame anyone. No, I say bring back some good old-fashioned shaming. Like, stop being an asshole. You know? Stop being disruptive. Stop, you know, shaming kept now shaming, like, oh, you're shaming people, you're shaming people. Well, it's a politer society. Fences and shaming make for a politer society. But now the whole world's walking around with its friggin' metaphysical, metaphorical pants around their ankles because just don't care. You know, like the first time I heard the expression, there's 2 events in my life that led up to this place that we've come to. One was the first time Jerry Springer was on the air when I was a kid, and I was just like, we're fucked. We're fucked. We're glorifying that. We're fucked. And the other one was when I heard the expression, my truth. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. When I heard the expression, my truth, I was just like, we're fucked. My truth? Oh, well, you don't understand my truth. My truth's different. No. Whoa. Pump the brakes on that. The truth is the truth. The truth is immutable. The truth is, once truth, think about this for a second. With this younger generation and with the society that we live in, truth became mutable. Facts became mutable. You can change them, you can adjust them, you can deny them, you can stare them right in the face and think something different. You can take a fact, filter it through your own thought process and deny it. Like, okay, I was looking at a picture of the Statue of Liberty. And from like when they first built it, 1896, whatever the hell that was. Hey, guess what? What's the same? The water level. So in 125 years, we're not sinking. Nor is it going this way. Duh, fact. There is no friggin' global warming shit. Oh, but that doesn't fit my agenda. I don't care about your facts. They're inconvenient. Like, well, what is that expression? I hear your facts, but I'm replacing it with my own. No, facts are facts because they're facts. The truth is the truth because... Why is the truth the truth? Because it's the truth. Once I heard the first person say, and it happened to be a woman, say, my truth. You don't understand my truth. I was just like, we're fucked. We're fucked. If each person gets to decide what their individual truth is, because it's based on my experience. Your truth is different from my truth. You know, I've never seen what you're saying in my life. Oh, does that mean it doesn't exist? Like, putting your hand on a hot stove is not going to burn you because you never did it? Like, you won't accept that as a fact, that you're going to burn? Like water is not wet because you never took a shower? What's this? Everyone makes up their own freaking truth thing. When I first heard that, I was just like, damn. We are so screwed. We are so screwed. That's why I work hard, too. Because I don't want these people who are like, my truth, my sparkle coach, my therapist told me that I should follow my own truth. I don't want them taking care of the world when I'm not working it. Straight up. I do not want someone who's operating on their own truth and needs a fucking therapist to be running the world when I'm not working anymore. So that is my goal. That's why I want to retire with comfortability and resources. Because when they take over, we're all screwed, blued, and tattooed. You know that, right? Oh, my therapist said life is going to be one big HR department with some woman running it, with 17 cats, and she hates men and shit. That's going to be the HR department. Then you're going to have some asshole over there who thinks freaking mayonnaise is spicy, running everything. Do you want that out of life? No, I don't want them calling the shots. That's why I want to, Bitcoin. Trust me, people. Bitcoin. I'm not a financial guy. Do it that actual F you want. Bitcoin is going to represent your freedom. Otherwise, you're going to have someone with a sparkle coach and some dude who thinks mayonnaise is spicy telling you what to do in your golden years and measuring your grass. Oh, you have 4 square feet too much grass. We're going to turn off your electric car for a month. That's what you want. That's what you're going to get. I don't care. I don't care whether it's Republicans or Democrats are going to be in office. We're talking about a whole generation that's heading our way. It doesn't matter whether Republicans or Democrats. The generation who thinks mayonnaise is spicy and go to life coaches. Ooh, I went to my life coach. What? No, just stop your shitty ass behavior. You don't need a life coach. You don't need a life coach to tell you to, stop doing dumb shit. Oh, it's a sparkle coach too. But these people, think about this. These people are going to be running the world in another 20 years. You better sock away some Bitcoin. Or do something to get you out of that. Or they're going to come measure your grass and give you a special assessment right up your ass. That's all I got to say about that. Alright. Got some fan fundalization. Buster JC. Can't wait to see it coming this April. We're going to have fun this April. Broad Nation Get Together 2026. There's a link somewhere. There's definitely one in the Facebook group. We're running low. We're starting to run low on seats. You might want to adjourn. Us. It's going to come up quick. It's like, oh, that's so far away. It's really not. What do we got? October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7 months, which is like, what, 3 or 4 weeks. Bror, but you have to want to sparkle like them while they eat the spicy mayonnaise. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole generation of people. I mean, these are the great grandkids of the great grandkids of the brave men who stormed the beach in Normandy. Like, we've all seen the what do you call it? Saving Private Ryan. Was that effed up? Imagine being on one of those people carriers and whatnot, and just getting torn up by a freaking MG-42 on your 18th birthday. And their grandchildren are now thinking mayonnaise is spicy. And these people are going to be telling you what to do in 20 years. Yeah. Not me. Why do you work so hard, Bror Fredrik? Why are you willing to work 7 days a week? Because I don't want these MFers telling me what to do when I'm freaking 70. Or 80 or 90 or 100. I don't. I just flat out don't. I don't. No. I want to be independent. I don't have to be independently wealthy, but I just want to be independent from being told what the frick to do by these people with sparkle coaches and thinking mayonnaise is spicy. There'll be laws. Oh my God. They'll be like, If they can control how much square footage of grass you have on your own damn property, just think what it's going to be like in 20 years. They're arresting people across the pond in England and in France for memes. And you think that's not coming here? You don't think that in 20 or 30 years, if I had this very same conversation, I wouldn't be arrested? Like, someone would not stop me in the middle of the stream. Like, big bad YouTube, you know, they won't let me say what I want to say. Now they don't give a fuck what I say, obviously. They haven't really shut down a whole bunch. But at the same time, in another 20, 30 years, they would probably arrest me for what I'm saying here. You think it's going to get better? Do you honestly think, despite I like the direction, I'm glad we have who we have, but do you think in 20 years it's going to be like back to normal? You know, it's going to be all wholesome and white picket fences and no, because look at the people who are going to be running things in 20 years. They're the ones with the purple hair and the rings in their freaking noses. They're going to be running the show, calling all the shots. Do you want to be at their mercy? Think about it. Think about it. Get your shit together. Alright, let me hear what you guys gotta say. I gotta talk to people. You don't call these dogs first name. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. I mean, there's no respect. It's barely, people don't even have self-dignity anymore. They're just, like I said, they're walking around with their metaphorical pants around their ankles. No more dignity, because no one's ever shamed them. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, shaming, fat shaming, skinny shaming, this shaming, that shaming. You know, if you have bad breath, that's a guy who has bad breath. Oh, you're halitosis shaming. No, I don't want this MF breathing on me. Give him a Tic Tac. You know, like, when you remove the component of shaming, then it's a friggin' free-for-all. You know? I mean, there's a difference between, inducing shame. Shame is a self-correction. Without that, it's a friggin' free-for-all. It's an absolute free-for-all. You're not bullying. There's a difference between bullying and shaming, you know? But anyway, how'd we go to Christmas without Liz Costa? I don't want that either. Yeah, I hear you. No, that's actually a thing. Look it up. Sparkle coaches. That is a thing. I didn't invent that. There is such a thing as sparkle coaches. Teaching you how to sparkle. It's the same people like, manifest. All right, let's okay, ready? We're going to manifest something. All right, everyone, you ready to manifest? Let's manifest. Well, how do you manifest things? Oh, no, yeah, you got to think about it real hard. Let's think about, what are we going to do? All right, we're all going to, what are we all going to do? We're all going to be perfect. Okay, we're all going to manifest being perfect. Ready? Come on, let's do it. We got to do some, what do they call them? What do you call when you repeat the same thing over and over again? A couple of mantras, a couple of, there's a word for it. I don't know, whatever. Not incantations. You know, motivational sayings and poverty sucks and all. Okay, we're going to manifest being perfect. You ready? Just... It's not working. I thought you just can manifest shit and not have to work for it and not have to earn it. You just can't you can't just manifest it and the great beyond of the universe just drops it in your lap? That's not how it works? Damn. Oh well. Not chanting. What's the other one? It's like those one-line things. All this so you got a whole generation of people who think they're gonna manifest their way. Not a mantra or a chant. There's an expression for it. Yeah, so you have a whole generation of people who think they're going to manifest. I'm going to manifest a man. I'm going to manifest a woman. I'm going to manifest a job. I'm going to The same people like, oh, them friggin' boomers had it easy. No, while you're sitting there friggin' manifesting, the older generation was out doing shit. Oh, but you had it easy because houses were only $55,000 back in your day. Yeah, but we made $3 an hour. So shut the fuck up. You know? No, you're busy manifesting. Going to your sparkle coach, sitting in your freaking, job in your corporate job manifesting. I'm manifesting. Shut up. I have no bosses. I have no deadlines. I'm just manifesting my way through life. This is going to be running the world soon. Oh, but it's going to be so good. They'll be all saying, told you so. Told you should have bought Bitcoin when it was 110. When it's 6 million. Yeah. Alright. Let me see what you guys are talking about. What are you guys manifesting? Manifesting. Did you catch some perfect? Alright. It works for you? You caught some perfect? Maybe the universe. Maybe the universe knew that you needed the perfect more than I needed the perfect. Maybe that's how the universe worked. So I did manifest it. It just didn't come to me. It just like and went over to you. That's probably how it works. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Manifest whirlwind peas. How you doing, James? How you doing, Madison? Let's go. It's funny. Yeah, just sit around, wait for one of your rich uncles to die or some shit, That's cool. I mean, look what women are doing. Like, women are like, no offense to women in the audience, because I know you're not doing this, like, oh, don't exploit me. But all women are out there trying to make a buck off their bodies now, like the younger generation. They're all like, there's millions of women are just like, with OF, and they're trying to, like, oh, I'm a nail influencer. Look at my nails. I'm influencing nails as they put them on their tits, Like, oh, look at my nails. What do you think of my nails? We have a whole generation of women who are basically online hookers, It's messed up. And a bunch of dudes who think mayonnaise is spicy. We're doomed if you don't get your shit together now. Manifest some Bitcoin. Manifest some Bitcoin. World peace. That's funny. I got that. Most kids don't. Yeah, shit. When I told you the story, when I was a kid, I used to go to when moms was in doing the shopping and whatnot, I used to go out in the parking lot and help people put their groceries in the trunk for a quarter here and there. Walk away at the end of it with like, $1.50 and change. Better than nothing, What's that? Oh no, now you'd be, it's a different time, but where's the hustle? As they sit there with their frickin' $13 latte and whatever, complain that boomers had it easy. Oh, did you have a brown bag? Did you ever eat a cream cheese and jelly sandwich that's been sitting in a frickin' lunch pail, or a brown bag that just turned into some convoluted goop? No, I gotta go to Chipotle's. But you boomers had it easy. No, we understood that to get what you wanted, and I'm not a boomer, but I'm an Xer. We understood that you have to sacrifice to get what you want. No one wants to sacrifice to get what they want. Anyway. You manifested some good deedage, yes. I tried to listen, but I put my son to work at 3, picking up dog food. Yeah, gotta manifest some Bitcoin. This support is critical. Yeah, I tried to build it. I like reading your comments. See, as soon as I start talking to, like, as soon as there's a hint of accountability and things that, like, when I was talking about being passionate in life, I was watching viewership go up. The minute I start talking about accountability, people don't like to be accountable. People don't. People do not like to be accountable. Use a boomer. Yeah, boomer, Xer, it's kind of the same difference. It's kind of the same differentiations. I'm a boomer, you're a boomer. Boom, boom. Like with a boomer. Boomer was like, what happened with boomers? They got back from the war, and then everyone was like effing like rabbits and whatnot, so they were all born in that period there. Is that what happened? I started working at the desk. Yeah. I started working like, you know, this is how my brain works. I helped my Uncle Cue Ball. I had an Uncle Cue Ball. He used to wear half a basketball as a freaking hat. He was in the nom. He didn't come back 100%. He cut a basketball in half. He used to wear it as a hat. Anyway. I helped him change the oil. This guy dug a pit in his garage. Dug a pit. Broke the concrete. Dug a pit. And put a ladder in it. So he could work on cars and shit. In the garage. Uncle Cue Ball. So Uncle Cue Ball is like, ooh, you wanna, you know, I help Uncle Cue Ball change the oil on someone's like 64 or 68 Biscayne. I remember it to this day. And you know what I went home and thought? How much money can I make changing people's oil? I mean, that's where my brain went. And I was like freaking 10. I'm like, I wonder how much money you can make doing that. Because I knew people paid for oil changes. I'm like, all right, the price of oil is this. If I did 10 of these a day, I would make X amount of dollars, and if I work Saturday too, so 6 days a week, and then okay, I'd take off for Christmas. And I'm like plotting this out as a freaking kid. How much I can make changing people's oil. You know? And now it's just like, you know, shit show. I mean, younger generations don't even price compare anymore. Like talking about oil changes, I go to Walmart to change my oil, and some of you might laugh. However, my Walmart, I get to choose what oil, because it's synthetic. Do I want the Pennzoil? Do I want the Mobile One? And the other choice is, they have 3 choices of the synthetic oil, and they charge $55 to do an oil change. And that's like easy, you know, that's an easy choice for me. I used to do it myself, but now I'm just like, bafangul that. You know, my time's more valuable because, you know, just buying the oil and the oil filter is $40. So why don't I give $15, have someone else do the shit, you know? Oh, you go early in the morning, you're done. They're out there, they don't even, nobody price shops. They're just like, ooh, I need my oil change. I'll go to this guy for $172. You know? It's like, all right. Complain you don't have a house. Complain you don't have this. Complain about that, you know? Grown-ass people driving scooters around because they can't afford cars. Do you have a tobacco-in? What is that? Tobacco-in? I don't know what that is. Weekends today, I've never turned over. Yeah, I know. I mean, as a man, if you don't know how to like work with your hands, that's weird. That's to me, that's weird. I mean, it turns women on. You hang a picture and they're like looking at you like, you know, ooh, he knows how to work a hammer. You know? Yeah. I mean, maybe the modern chicks are like, ew, he has hair on his chest. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in that frame of mind, but yeah, so yeah, Uncle Cue Ball invented Oil Express. You go down in the pit and whatnot. And I'm like, did that remind him of like being in a foxhole and shit? He was out there, you know? He was out there. He had no problem because we raised rabbits. I mean, I think you guys know that. Like, we had another shed. It was like a commune. Like, all the aunts and uncles lived like in the same area and had like a common backyard and whatnot. And we had the grape vineyard thing and all the things. We had rabbits. We ate rabbits. I didn't know we was eating rabbits. I thought it was like, oh, fluffy. We thought it was, growing up, we thought it was chicken. So we were saving it in napkins like this, the chicken. And we'd go feed the rabbits. So we were turning the rabbits into cannibals. We were feeding the rabbits rabbit. They ate it. Herbivores are carnivores. There's no such thing as a pure herbivore. I don't give a shit what you say. Facts. Facts are facts. But yeah, we were feeding rabbits rabbit. Uncle Cue Ball, he'd just be like, he was different. He came back different. Anyway, yeah, so I grew up eating rabbits, you know? Eating rabbits and drinking wine that they made in the middle of friggin' Brooklyn. And then in Queens, too. We had a wine press. And then once in a while they'd have the bottle of the Galliano with the little guy with the hat on it, with the red, white, and green, and the straw on the bottom. Yeah. Like in Sweden. They like giving a manly man a honeydew list. Yeah. Yeah, they want to see men work with that. I think maybe, you know, younger women don't. What do they want to see men do? Be influencers? I don't know. Time is what's going on, bro? Sweden, the land of my people, is getting squirrely AF. They're like passing out blue hair dye and nose rings like it's going out of style. I don't know what's going on. Well, all the Vikings left. You know, now it's just like, I think I was the last one there. Alright, so, I think I'm going to get this going. Let me just check to see if there's any super chat activities. I'm kind of talked out, and I got to catch up on a phone call pretty quick. You have Thor hair? That's cool. I wish I looked good, and like I've grown my hair long, and I just never felt I looked good. I like the high and tight. I just like having this level of hair. You know, people call me like Sir Boss. You know, when I have long hair, you know, it's a little different. You know, because now I'm just like, you know, I walk around like, can't do that with long hair. You know, some people like, they're debating whether I'm ice or I'm like 5'0". I like that. Just saying. My brother lives in Sweden. He drinks a lot of the sun. Yeah. They were saying that, you know, thinking of Sweden, you know, the Northern Lights, there's like a festival and whatnot. Now they're saying that in certain northern states, in the United States, you can start seeing them. The high and tight fits me, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, it's easy to keep, too. Just is what it is. I like it. Thank you. Alright, I'm going to get going. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Appreciate everyone listening. Appreciate everyone who helped defray the cost of me coming out. Your support is invaluable. That's all it's about. Just cover the cost of me coming out. I'm not telling you to do that, but the fact that people do is awesome. My battery's about to die, too. It's flashing red up in the corner. So I think my timing is impeccable. But I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again. And hope you had fun, because I had fun. In case you can't tell, I have fun doing this. I did. You know, get out of the house and laugh and joke and get some things out of my system. It's cathartic, and it's good. You know, people tell me I'm too serious, but they don't know this side of me. But yeah, I just like having a good time. A lot of you know that. those sides of me that other people don't. But I love you guys. So one last time, for all you new people, I'm going to invite you to like, share, subscribe. Oh, and I put this on. Bonk. My Mjolnir. I'm going to invite you to like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell button to get notified when I do this again, which is at least one time a week. I picked the right finger, didn't I? Yeah. And I got links and I got stuff. And thank you for all your wonderful support. And if you happen to have sent a Cash App or a Venmo, I will thank you later. They just never show up. It's like sometimes up to a day delay. So I don't think I didn't notice. If you did, but I will. And I do appreciate it. And I love you guys. And on that note, Bror Fredrik.